Hi there everyone, this is Tracey from Lavinia Stamps and thank you for joining me for another demonstration today. We're going to be using some of our Elements inks and our VersaFine Clair. We've got a combination of stamps we're going to be using today, and we've got our Multifarious card. So I've not cut this to any particular size. Okay, let's get started. I've got line punch I'm going to use to begin with. And all I'm going to do is take a little bit off first, just about getting the feel, how much ink is on your brush, and then very, very gently, I'm just swirling that brush, got that colour down. One of my favourite colours, this, especially when you're using it with a dark colour. And now we're going to use some of the Della blue. Now we can always go back to these colours if we don't feel there's enough on there. I'm picking up the violet chalk now. And these brushes are great for this technique. They are so dense. I'm really, really pleased with the results you get from these brushes. And now I'm going to move on to the graphite. Now there's a reason why I've done the colours as I have, with the line punch being sort of in the middle, and you'll see why in a bit. So I did think about the composition of the card before I got started, and that's always a good thing to do, you know, just lay your stamps out how you want your card to be. I'm going to stamp my fairy now. So using the Nocturne, I'm going to ink her up. Make sure she is completely covered. And then I'm going to pop her down round about there. Just let it rest a while. Let the ink soak into the card. And now I'm going to position these. We'll just have to bend the stalk. Have I done that the right way? I think I have. Yeah, okay. So this time I'm going to ink up in the twilight. And I'm going to line that up so her feet are resting on the flower. And now I'm going to do it the other way. Just bend the pod the other way, and then we're going to do the same thing and just ink that up and position it down. So just check first before you ink up. Just check, get the feel of where you're going to need to stamp. Bend the stalk to how you need it. And then we're going to ink up again. And then pop that down with our hand resting on that pod. There we go. And now I'm going to ink these up in the Warm Breeze. Now you can put any foliage in the background now. Don't have to pick these particular ones, but I just think they work nicely together, being the same pod but smaller. And now I've got our moon mask. I'm going to pop that over the fairy just to highlight where she is, and then I'm going to use, let's go with the violet chalk to start with. I think that colour is deep enough, so I'm going to just leave it there. Just adding a little bit of colour over the top, just to make it look less flat. Now it looks a little bit stark at the top there, so all I'm going to do is ink up again the Warm Breeze and the Twilight, and I'll just hang some foliage down, coming down. And let's pick Twilight, which is a darker colour. And we've got a verse here as well. So I'm going to ink up in the Twilight. And this time I'm going to stamp off and just put that very much in the background. I'm just going to break those leaves up at the top there with another foliage stamp, just so that it doesn't look too repetitive. And now I'm going to go back to the graphite and bring in a bit more depth around the edges, just to pull your eye into the centre there. I've got my Posca pen here, and I'm just going to put a few little dots . Little dots of magic. And then let's finish off with a little bit of glitter. So I've got my glue pen here, and all I'm going to do is go around the edge of the moon . I think that's all the way around, and then picking a glitter. I think probably the Fairy Tales is quite a nice one. Let's tap that off, and that's given it a lovely sparkle. And there it is. I hope you can see the sparkle in that. And there it is. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope it's inspired you to have a go yourselves. You take care, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.